So just a quick video. I wanted to show that we got the engine all back together, which was awesome. A few things I want to talk about on this one. So the harness from Chavis Performance Engineering is awesome. It is totally plug and play. You just click everything where it's supposed to go. Everything is completely labeled, which makes it great. And you end up with the plugins for the GM computer and the Porsche connection, and then there's a connection that you have to take off the harness to finish this one, and then a few relays. So really awesome setup. There is also a kit that goes inside the car, connects to the factory Porsche connections, and gives you an ODB2 connection to tune the motor with. So really cool, highly recommend that. That was a great way to go. Few points of note though, I did want to talk about. I went with an L76, which is like an LS2 with LS3 heads out of a 2009 Pontiac G8. There were a few gotchas, so Chavis is pretty much set up mainly for a 997 with an LS3 Camaro engine. So some things I ran into that I had to change. The oil pressure switch is not going to work. You have to get a Camaro oil pressure switch. Threads into the same hole, no problem, but the port on the harness is made for that. The starter, it does have to use the Camaro starter. It uses a plug-in kind of harness style. The older LS2 has just your kind of old school kind of nut bolt kind of situation. So that had to happen there. The Moroso oil pan that's used in the kit, it does have a bung that's been added on for an oil temperature readout. That uses the coolant temperature sensor again from a Camaro, so you have to get one of those. But beyond that, everything else was fine. So coils and injectors all plugged in, the water temperature plugged in, no problem. The alternator that I had on my L76 we reused again, that plugged in no problem. So all those things were great. The other thing was the air conditioning compressor. The air conditioning compressor and bracket have to come from a Corvette. So I think it's 2006 to 2012, if I remember correctly, Corvette. So it's a certain type of bracket and a compressor. Chavis does actually make brackets, so the brackets are actually hard to come by now. I don't know why, but GM seems to be sold out and on back order for whatever. Chavis does make his own brackets now for that, so there's a solution there. But the compressor I had on my L76 wouldn't work, and same with the bracket. It's just in the wrong location. So that had to get swapped out as well. But other than that, everything else is good to go. I am going to run an oil catch can on this. The intake wasn't too bad, but definitely had some oil in it, so I'm going to be running an oil catch can on it. There's a few connections I have to run in terms of the positive crankcase pressure side of things and vacuum to the brake side, but I have all the hoses set up for that, just have to wait till it gets inside the car. We did go with the BBK headers. These are again for a Camaro. What I'm going to be doing with the exhaust is something a little bit different that I haven't seen done anywhere else. So I will be running an X-pipe underneath. So off of here to an X-pipe underneath the oil pan. Then I'm going to be going to some vibrant, ultra-quiet resonators, and then also going to vibrant mufflers before it goes out. Why so much exhaust? Where I live, the police are highly sensitive to noise. This is not a stock car. I don't want to get into a situation where I get repair tickets and have to deal with that nonsense. So I do want to mellow it out. I'd love to just go with resonators, but I think with the additional mufflers on top of there, it'd be a good idea. The X-pipe, it's going to help with not making it sound so much like a V8. I think it will just improve the exhaust notes so it's a little bit better. I did think about going with 180-degree headers, but I decided against it. Just the cost factor was too high. I can always swap them out later for 180-degree if I want to go that way. But I think it should sound good, should perform good. As you might see in the background, I do have everything off. So I've got the bumper off and all the heat shields off, ready to go. And I'm going to start pulling the motor here pretty soon. I'll do a video on that. And then we'll start matting up the transmission and everything else to it, getting ready to do the swap. There are a few parts I'm waiting on to come in. They should be coming in the next few days. So that's kind of why I'm just in a bit of a holding pattern. And then we're going to get started. So yeah, just a little quick update, let you know what happened, a few little gotchas that I ran into, nothing major, and looking forward to doing the swap. So take it easy, drive safe.